is the Riot Podcast. This is the Thursday edition, the episode 4 of our Worst of the Riot for 2022.
Does this count as like a season? It's episode 4 of 5.
Oh, sure.
It's like we're a show.
The whole year.
The exciting finale tomorrow.
And honestly, that feels more like if you ever watch like a lot of British television, they only have a couple of episodes for the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
So think of like today and back going to Monday, that's our season. And tomorrow they always would do like a Christmas holiday episode.
Oh, yeah.
So like, that's it. So it's our whole season will be up.
So today we talked about, this one's really good for the Christmassy time, things you buy but never use, since you're about to receive, or maybe you just received a bunch of things you've bought,
Yeah.
but you're never going to use.
Yep. It's exciting. It's to know you'll never
All
use
your
it.
Christmas gifts you just got, you're like, I'm never going to use
Yeah,
this.
it's worth
But it was cool that day.
I feel like one of the things we probably talked about on that list, cookbooks.
Yeah.
And I had at least one cookbook on my...
Did you get it yet, or you don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because you're not seeing your
On
mom
your
till
Christmas
after.
list?
We
Yeah.
haven't opened our presents yet.
It was the
All of them.
the cookbook from the one guy from The Office.
Yeah, Kevin from The Office.
Something you're never going to use.
Yeah,
But
probably.
you
It's
asked
so
for it
fun to
anyway.
have.
Yeah, it's cute to put in the house. You can put it have as a decoration. Right?
To show that I love Kevin from
Yes,
The Office.
exactly.
and
chili.
And chili.
Aren't
big
those
chili
two
guy.
things true?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Kevin's one of my favorite characters, but yes, I love The Office.
You do
I
love chili.
We also talked about how 1 in 3 people say junk food is a deal breaker.
Do you guys anybody remember that?
I vaguely do. I mean, I think we probably all said it's not for us, if I had to guess.
Honestly, we're going to have to listen to our own Worst of Riot 2022 for all
we
that
really
stuff to come
are.
back
It's
to
crazy
us.
how, I mean, when you talk just about so many millions of things, a lot of it just gets lost in your mind. And I know if I listen to these things,
It'll
then
come
it would
back.
come flooding back.
Yeah.
But right now, I have no idea.
It's wild because I know I could just make an argument against myself, and that's probably what I would do.
That is true.
This week, I'm just gonna sit in my car listening to myself on the radio and just argue with myself and just come up with rebuttals while I'm talking.
Wouldn't it be hilarious to take one of our clips, right, where we're arguing, edit out one of the two of us,
Oh, where we're just contradicting ourselves?
and then
Make a new argument.
yeah, and then put the other person in, so you're arguing against yourself or I'm arguing against myself, and we could totally do it.
This one, we also talked about one of my favorite gym stories. This was when I caught his pee. If you guys remember that story.
In your hand.
That could be the whole year. All right,
Yeah.
guys, I got to go cough.
I know, Nikki, what's wrong with you?
Just let me go
She's over in
cough.
the corner just chugging water.
I'm like, please, let us just jump into the Worst of Riot.
Lots of good stuff.
Well, that's what
episode
everybody's
4.
thinking at this point, I'm pretty
Please
sure.
let us go.
Let's all right, for Nikki's sake and for everyone's.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show.
Bye.
See you guys.
Hudson and Isaiah seem like they know a lot about sports, yet somehow it's Nikki that always gets it right. The Riot, RadioU.
Know what I was just thinking about?
What were you thinking about?
Isn't it weird being here on a Monday?
Yeah, we've had the last 2 Mondays off.
You know, it's going to be really weird.
What? Oh, wait. You had the last 2 Mondays off.
Yep, and Isaiah.
And Isaiah did.
Oh, you know what's going to be weird is Friday.
Friday,
When
yeah.
we've worked 5 days in a row. That's going to be weird.
It might be easier. Isaiah's birthday's on Thursday. I feel like that will, liven
Break it up
the
a little
week.
bit. Yeah.
that'd be
that feels
fine.
like a vacation.
And then you've got next week, Isaiah's off Thursday and Friday. Yeah, he's off 2 days.
Oh, my gosh.
And then after that, I get my
and
vacation.
you get to go. Yeah, everybody. It is. I was thinking about it. It is hard. I don't know if everybody deals with this, but planning a vacation is not easy.
That is true.
We've talked about it here. It feels like I don't know if it's like this for everybody, but you throw out a vacation idea and then it's easy to talk yourself out of it. Because I was thinking about like what do you get, like 60 vacations, 60 to 80 vacations unless you're rich in your life. So then it's like, well, I don't want to do the same one twice. I can't go to the same place twice. At least that's my mindset. So talk yourself out of doing even like I did Gatlinburg last year. Wonderful time. But then it's like, well, I don't want to go back.
Why? You had a great time.
Right, exactly. I should go back. I should just go and have a wonderful time again, but now talk myself out of that. Well, that place is too far. Well, that would be fun. Oh, yeah, but a little too expensive. There's just like a reason you could talk yourself out of anyone. But you know what the truth is? Once you finally just break down and choose any of the options, they're all a vacation. They're all good. Once you stop coming up with this excuses for why it wouldn't be good and you just actually do it, then you have a wonderful time. and all of those excuses don't actually matter that much.
Unless your flight gets canceled. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, once you actually get to go on the vacation and return, once everything goes smoothly, then you have a great time.
Well,
but,
maybe that's, I think because we're so afraid of being disappointed that you head it off by disappointing yourself
ahead of time. You set your expectations low, and if you just never do anything at all, you can never be disappointed. But so, we're good at making excuses, coming up with reasons why we shouldn't do something. But then you wind up missing out on a lot if you really do stick to those excuses all the time, those reasons. And because we're so good at that, one of the things we do is we can talk ourselves out of a relationship with Jesus, because it's like, well, but then I'd have to do this. And then, what if I need to change this? And, all this stuff, all the what ifs that can come up to prevent you from just taking a moment and saying, hey, God, could you help me out in my life? Like it's as simple as doing that. And yet we can come up with so many excuses of why that's not a step we're ready to take. So I want to tell you that just like with planning a vacation, stop talking yourself out of it. Just go with it. Just take a moment and just be like, no, I'm doing this. Say, hey, God, I'm ready for some help in life. I'm ready to find out who you are. I'm ready to find out what comes along with that. I'm ready to stop making excuses for why it might not work out. I'm ready to give it a shot, and we'll see what happens. And something good is going to happen. Jesus is going to come into your life, and he's going to make a difference. All you need to do is say, hey, God, I'm ready for that, and go from there. If you want to know more, RadioU.com/free gift.
We would say rate and review the podcast. But let's be honest, that would probably hurt more than help. The Worst of the Riot podcast.
I have a list here. I have a list of somebody's put together of things that you buy and never use. But before I get to the list, you haven't looked all the way through it. Do you have any that you would put on the list before we start?
Isaiah, what do you think?
See, I think that the main things that I buy and never use, I feel like mine's food-wise, like food that I think that I'll eat, but I never eat. Mm-hmm. But every time I go to the store, it's always like the same things. Like I'll get baby spinach like every single time I go, and I'll never eat it, but I buy it every single time.
And then when you get back, you throw it away, the old one, and put it in the new one.
And then it's grown-up spinach by the time you throw it away. That's a good one. I do a lot of that with food, too.
I think anything produce-wise would be the number one spot on what we buy and throw. Like never actually use.
Yeah, so let's go through the list here and see if it conjures up any more ideas for you guys. But I'll start. I'm going to start at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Things for your pet. Frivolous pet purchases. You buy them little gifts and stuff. And it's true. I buy my dog I bought her a lot of toys, and she really only plays with one.
Aww.
She has her favorite toy, and she'll play with it every so often, but she's got a whole collection of them. I even had the BarkBox subscription for a while. Big mistake. She didn't do anything with it.
This one doesn't count, though. This isn't buying it for ourselves.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
gift.
trying. It's not my fault that my dog won't use it, but I guess I should learn. Specialized sports equipment, what are you going to go out and do some skiing? Of course not. But that doesn't mean you're not going to buy a kayak or a set of skis or who knows what else. I feel that for me, I don't have much of that. I feel like if I did buy it, it's because I really do want to use it.
Sure.
That stuff is expensive.
Well, does sports equipment count like as in workout equipment?
Oh, yeah, that's a different spot on the list, and I thought that is the top thing, 100%, especially if you ever go look on like the free sites on Craigslist or, Facebook Marketplace or whatever, where people giving away stuff for free. There's always the stair steppers and treadmills and stationary bikes. People buy that and then never use it. And it's still in great condition, and you can get it on the side of the road if you'd like.
That way you can have it at your place and not use it.
And not use it. At least you don't have to spend any money on it.
The cycle continues.
Let's see. We have over-the-top camping equipment.
Or even just camping equipment.
Hey, Nikki's actually used what you bought, right?
No, I have a camper.
Right. You need some equipment with it, don't you?
Not like this. I don't have a tent or sleeping bag.
Well, there's other camping. What about a camping stove? You got a camping stove? I guess it's in the tent. It's in the camper.
Eric has a Blackstone.
Does he bring that along?
He does.
Wow.
That's as camping as we get.
Travel accessory. Oh, this is a good one. Single-use appliances, like that only do one thing.
That's
for example,
like a hot dog toaster.
Hot dog maker. Except I actually do use that, and everybody in the building knows it because they can smell when the hot dog toaster comes around. But what about the snow cone maker?
Sure.
If you, I feel like you can tell a lot of the things that are on this list by walking, either again searching through the Craigslist free or going to Goodwill and looking at what is on the shelves of Goodwill.
It's not our fault because these become like a viral hit, and then you're making candy. You're making cotton candy,
And you're like, oh, I'll make so many indoor s'mores with this little toaster thing, and then of course you don't actually.
You do it one time, and then you never use it again.
It's a fun one time though, at least.
It is fun for one time.
But if it was really fun, you do it more than once.
Oh, I'm number 8.
Number 8, planners and journals. You do like to write stuff down?
See, planners, I always think like when it's time to start a new year with it, I would love it. I'd like to write it out. You could see more, you can plan more. And then I remember I don't like to write anything. It hurts my hand.
And you have a phone.
And I have a phone.
And a watch.
So
and a
it's good
computer.
there.
And that does all of that for you.
But it has stickers and it's more fun. And I am a sucker for that.
You want me to give you a good job sticker every day?
That would be nice.
Would that help?
Put it on my phone.
This one, okay, gym memberships, obviously. One of the central themes is people like to intend on working out and then never actually work out. And the thought process is, if I spend money on it, I'll actually do it, and then you still don't.
Yeah, but it's hard to cancel gym memberships because then it's just shouting like, I'm giving up.
And it's actually hard to cancel them.
Yes, true.
Cookbooks, I don't think do people still buy? I mean, somebody must, but.
No, not so much.
I don't think people buy them as much as they used to.
But when you have the internet, you don't really need them.
These are things we buy and never use.
Let's see. This one, what do you think about this one? Extended warranties. You guys ever do that?
Never.
No.
I always feel like that's a scam.
Sure.
Which is, I mean, if I need an extended warranty, I don't know. I should just save that money and buy something new a couple of years from now. And this is a big one. Online subscriptions.
Oh, they say that's the number 1?
Yeah, that's the top on the list. Well, yeah, I mean, of course.
Yeah, HBO Max. That's me.
Right.
Sorry.
You sign up for stuff all the time and never use it. And then you just keep getting charged. And that's the worst because you're getting charged every single month. And you still keep going with it.
Yeah, I guess that covers most of them.
Yeah, that's a pretty good list. Whoever put this together, well done. You've covered all the bases.
You just reminded me to go look up and cancel it.
Yeah, how much money we're all wasting.
Yeah, how many subscriptions do I have right now?
Well, if we missed anything, is there anything that you spend your money on and you're wasting it, just flushing it away?
Yeah.
Feel free to add to the list.
Things that you're not getting your money's worth with. 8772 Radio U.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Well, I have here a list. The best college towns in the country.
All right.
And
Which just makes me want college football, but that's fine.
That's right, doesn't it? Well, hey, what are we, a month and a half away pretty much?
Not far.
It's getting close. So this is according to bestcollegereviews.org. And I want to know, before we start looking at the list, what do you think makes a good college town?
It can't just be like trashed, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You know,
Nice.
Like it's nice if it's a combination of fun, but, you know,
Pleasing to the eye.
holding it together.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
It's good when you can go have a good time, but there's still places to eat and not everything's on fire. So I appreciate that.
What do you think as somebody who actually went to college?
I would say,
So
I would say
I've
just.
been in plenty of
Yeah,
towns.
yeah. It's like Nikki's never went anywhere.
No, you can still have an opinion
busy
on this.
working here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just saying he has a different experience.
I would say it's a combination of like obviously like the spirit of the town, like being behind whatever college is there, and also I think that a lot of it is like how it looks and whatnot. When you actually the setup of it, like you can't have like you could be in a really cool town, but depending on where like the college is in the town and things like that can impact like how it really sets up as a college town.
How
So if the-
accessible everything
Yeah.
is.
If the college is like a centerpiece of the town,
Yes.
everything revolves around the college, or if it's just a city that happens to have a college in it. Okay, well, I will tell you here that number 1 on the list is Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah, people say that place is great.
Home of Colorado University. I've never been. Either of you?
Nope.
Boulder, Colorado.
Nope.
All right. So, well,
That's a no.
okay. That's the end of the break. Let's move on. No.
There's others on the
Let's
list.
get to ones that maybe we have more experience with. Number 2, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
That's
of course,
second.
home to, is it Michigan University or University of Michigan?
It's University of Michigan.
University
I think,
of
right?
Michigan. So they get the claim to fame of number 2, the second best college town in the country. Madison, Wisconsin, home of Wisconsin. Number 3, Ithaca, New York.
Is that a bear?
Cornell.
Oh.
Yeah. Number 4, home of the Nard Dog. And number 5, Iowa State in Ames, Iowa, coming in there. Looking through, I found the list their full list of the top 50. Isaiah, you went to college in Indianapolis, right?
I did, yes.
What was that school called?
The University of Indianapolis. They are not going to be in the top 50.
No, Indianapolis did not make it, but oddly enough, your adopted university that you actually have nothing to do with, Ohio State University, Columbus,
Yes.
not in the top 50.
Not in the top
Believe it or
50.
not,
That's
yeah.
incredible.
That is pretty amazing. Columbus does kind of revolve around Ohio State University in a lot of ways.
Sometimes I
and
feel
yet-
like if someone's not a Buckeye fan, when they put together the list, then they're like, well, let's just not include them.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put them last.
So yeah, they didn't even
They're
show up.
51.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite college town?
I always like, it was Happy Valley, right?
What, like
For Penn?
Penn
Yeah.
State, State College?
It's really pretty there.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice area. Isaiah, you got one?
Some of the cooler ones that I've went to, I have been down to North Carolina at Chapel Hill down there, and that was like really cool. I went down there for like a Duke North Carolina lacrosse game, and it was like very, very pretty there, which was cool. Also I've been to like Ohio University, another like really well known college
Athens is
town.
nice.
Athens was really cool because it's literally just the college there. So that's another good one that I've been to. Obviously my very own Indianapolis, like that's a pretty great one too. Somehow didn't make the list. Yet again, not surprised.
That is 52.
Yeah, must be
of
must be
course,
52.
obviously. Do you have any that you're looking at the list here? You have any you think are just egregious, way too high? You ever been to any like? I don't really understand. They have Pittsburgh.
That's what I was gonna
in there.
say. Is the
Pittsburgh
one that stuck out to me is
questionable
Pitt, because it just doesn't seem like Pitt is like. I mean, I get like there's just so much other stuff going on there.
Yeah.
I feel like the Steelers in Pittsburgh are bigger than Pitt
I
University
feel like
is.
Penn State is probably bigger than Pittsburgh, don't you think? In the actual area, it's not a horrible list. I do wonder about. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Cambridge, Massachusetts, home of Harvard University. Doesn't feel like that'd be a great college town. But I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe very historic, you know.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's not like a real list. Like it's just someone's opinions on it, so they could be wrong.
Well, no, they used they considered livability, student to resident ratio, cultural offerings, school presence, and large employers all
I'm
in this
sure.
list.
Oh, wow.
And somehow Columbus still didn't make the list. I don't really understand that.
It's just it's just 50.
Yeah, it's you know what? Say what you will about it, but we're talking about it.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
It's National French Fry Day. Why aren't we just eating fries after the show?
You know,
Because we
I would
just do
mind
that every
fries.
day.
Yeah.
We do that every day, but I would love some fries.
And we normally just have like one if we had a smorgasbord of French
Can you
fries.
say that again?
Smorgasbord.
That's pretty good. That's
You
pretty,
sound like
pretty close.
the Swedish chef.
Bark, bark.
Yeah.
Fry. I'll totally do that for
Yeah,
today.
I'm always up for a fry smorgasbord, a cornucopia, if you will. Well, since it is National French Fry Day, why don't you guys think about what your favorite place to get French fries is?
Yeah.
You can text in if you'd like at 8772-RADIO-U if you have a good one. But I'll go through a list of some of the deals that you can get. See if that sparks your imagination of where you might like to go.
For the smorgasbord?
For the smorgasbord, yes. I like what Checkers and Rallies are doing. They've launched a petition. They say, and they want you to get in on this as well, that National French Fry Day should always fall on a Friday.
Oh, that
'Cause
makes sense.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's going on
And like
here?
Friday.
Right. Yeah.
word.
I get it.
Okay, just making
Yeah.
sure. Just making sure. It didn't seem like you got it.
Thank you for pointing that out.
You said, because it's like a Wednesday.
I know. And what's
just
the-
making
what's
sure
the
for our
deal?
listeners they understood what you
National
meant.
French Fry. They call it Friday, but it's on a Wednesday. What's up with that?
Thank you.
So they say
That's your
that,
Seinfeld?
is that bad?
That was
No,
pretty
it's
good.
Pretty good.
So if you sign their petition, you will get a digital coupon so that you can get a free medium order of their fries. Their fries are pretty good. Are they my favorite? No. Are they the only thing that's good about Checkers and Rallies? Probably.
Well, the Burger King free chicken fries for perk members with every $3 purchase.
Oh.
All right. Well, thanks
Get out
for
of
being
here,
so
Burger
generous,
King.
Burger King.
Those aren't even actual fries. How about Hardee's? This is good. Hardee's, and I assume Carl's Jr. also in on this. That if you have the Arby's app and you're a rewards member, which
the Hardee's app.
what did I say? Arby's. Hardee's. If you get the Hardee's, let's just go with Carl's Jr. You get the Carl's Jr. app. You're a rewards member, and you make a purchase in the app that includes fries. on Friday, today, National French Friday, then you will get a free small French fry, and then also you'll be able to get that on your account. You could get a free small fry with purchase every day from July 14th through December 31st.
Might be pretty
Now
good.
that's a good
lot
one.
of free fries.
That's a
That'd be
lot.
good.
That's
a lot of free fries. Also, really quickly, let's see. McDonald's is offering a free order of large fries in their app.
They offer that
And-
every single
yeah,
day.
they
If
pretty
you were
much do,
wondering,
right?
every day if you have that app, you can get the free large fry.
Wait, McDonald's is saying you weren't supposed to notice that. All right.
What a
Stop
special day for
noticing.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Thank you for your generosity.
You know what, though? It doesn't mean we're not redeeming it,
You know,
right?
yeah. Every time I go, I get a free large fry.
Exactly.
I'll get one today too
You're
if I go.
losing money if you don't. Wendy's also exact same thing. Free fries this week, and they pretty much always have that if you order in the app. And we talked about Penn Station yesterday. Really good fries. And they're offering free fries with purchase today.
Well, guys, what's your favorite ones? All right. So if you could text in at 877 Radio U, because if that means we talk about French fries all morning during the show, then that's just what we have
That's
to do.
just what we're gonna have to do, and we might get some too, hopefully.
All right. You know what? Let's talk let's talk favorite French fries coming up next. Let's
Okay.
give everybody a minute to digest, and we'll come back to it.
The Riot's X-rays just came in, and they all got that dog in them. Radio U.
It's National French Fry Day, so we're doing the battle of the fries.
And that led to us talking about Isaiah's birthday lunch tomorrow. And they have fries where he's picked. So
Not the best.
They're not that great.
I know.
You would never go there.
They're
for
filler
that.
fries, but even some of the worst fries, at least if you've got a good sauce to go with them, then they're basically like an edible plate.
That's
for
true.
the fry
That
for
is
the
true.
sauce, and that's what that's the case is tomorrow. So you guys, you got your favorite fries all picked out in your mind that you're ready to go with.
I think so, Isaiah.
I've
Almost
got a list.
birthday boy, go ahead.
Yeah, I've got a list here of favorite fries. So going 5-1.
That's how many you picked?
I picked 5. I had to pick 5. You guys don't have 5? What do you have? Just one?
Yes, one.
You have one?
Let me hear your
I
five.
haven't
Okay.
really thought it through that much, but go ahead.
5-1. Chick-fil-A comes at number 5. The waffle fry.
Good choice.
You can't say that you don't have 5 and then start judging my 5.
Okay, I'll come
You
up
haven't
with
even
5.
got to your 5th
I'll come
yet.
up with 5. Hold on.
Then at number 4, this one could be a little bit questioned for fast food places. This is Arby's, the curly fry, one of my favorite
Love
fries.
the curly fry.
But sit at number 4. Number 3, Rally's above Arby's. I prefer Rally's fries.
Definitely good.
Number 2, Five Guys.
Oh, you don't feel like sometimes they're too much spice on it, and they're too expensive.
Well, they're obviously too expensive, but they are darn good.
But they always give you so much.
You get
though.
so
I know
many.
they charge you so much, but you also get a lot of
They're
bang for
so
your
salty
buck.
too. They're
Yeah.
so good, and like that's like for me, the number 2 and number 1 are like either way
So
you could
close.
go. And my number 1 is Penn Station, which
Wow.
a little bit underrated, I know. But if you go there, their fries are so good.
They're fire. They are fire.
I thought they only did subs, but they do fries. with
no,
those
their
fries.
they've
fries
got-
are
they've got
good.
fries in there.
Yeah, they
Sounds
are. You got to
good.
try it, Nikki. You got to go for the fries. Do I have 5 fries yet? No.
Do you- now,
I need
you know
one
what?
more.
He's like, I'm running out. Maybe Chick-fil-A is in the top 5. I don't
There's
know.
no chance Chick-fil-A is in the top 5.
Now you could just give a couple, and then after the Battle of the Buzz, we're welcome to come back
Come
and
back.
Circle back. You're like,
reintroduce
actually,
us.
number 5 is.
I will get. How about this? I'll give my Mount Rushmore of fries.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
I've got 5 Guys on there. I love that you can do either the Cajun fries, which are so good, or you can just go with the standard, but then I'll vinegar them, and they actually have vinegar. That's something huge.
Oh, I love the vinegar.
Love the vinegar. So 5 Guys is a great choice. Popeyes, really good fries.
Of course you would. You
Definitely.
love
Popeyes, you had to
Popeyes.
throw that in
They're
there.
a unique one though. They're similar to the Checkers or Rallies, where they have like they've got a coating to it, almost like a. It feels like they're battered. I don't know if they are, but that's good. And also really good sauces. McDonald's. How can you have a list of best fries without McDonald's?
I know.
You put
you got-
McDonald's fries in
You
there?
have to.
Mc-
You think
McDonald's fries are
McDonald's
so
fries
good.
are better than Chick-fil-A's fries?
Every day of the week
You're
and twice
crazy.
on Sunday.
You don't even know if they're going to be cooked when you get them. I swear, those things come out soggy. You can swing it around like a little umbrella.
I like when I can.
First off, what's going on when you go to McDonald's?
I'm telling you, half the time I get McDonald's
Wait.
fries, they're just not even cooked.
What's going on when you have an umbrella?
Yeah, I was looking for
What are you,
something.
Fred Astaire? What's going on?
and listen,
then,
if it means it's faster, they don't have to cook cook them all the way. Just give them
You're
to
right.
me.
I will put Arby's in. Again, the curly fries. Don't even come at me with those. The
crinkle ones?
Oh, get those out of my
Not
face.
even close.
Get those away
They're
from me.
okay, but they're not to this level.
And then at number 5, I'll also put Penn Station. I'm sure I can come up with better ones. I just had to find 5 to keep Chick-fil-A out because they're fine. But
you had to
Chick-fil-A,
hurry.
if you go to Chick-fil-A and they say, "Sorry, sir, we're all out of sauce. Every sauce, we have none," you're not getting the Chick-fil-A fries. So I'm walking out of there. So that is why I cannot have. Their fries are fine, but only because they're buoyed by the sauce. that
That's
they
just a
have.
part of the experience there, you know? You know the sauce is going to be there.
We're
McDonald's, on
not
the other
doing a
hand, yet
ranking
again,
of
bad one.
sauces, though.
Did you really just say buoyed?
Yeah, I
They
did.
hold them up.
That's exactly right. But Nikki, you got to give us one.
Well,
At least one.
You got to give us your top one.
I was thinking, does anybody else like the Red Robin steak fries?
Oh, that's a good one.
I think I like those. They're not the top, but I was trying to find something outside of the fast food world.
Yeah. What else is good at some sit-down restaurants have pretty good options.
I have really good fries.
Off the top, I don't know.
How about we do the bow the buzz? And then, like I said, just guys keep thinking about it.
we can have an
This is
additional fry
important.
discussion.
Top 25 fries. The whole morning, every break, we're doing fries.
I'm gonna need to work through that, but
Hey,
okay. Challenge accepted.
It's summertime. What do you want?
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow at RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
I have a survey here by Lovesac. You know, what is that, furniture?
Oh yeah, the puffy sort of.
Yeah,
thing
kind of
that
like
you
a
sleep in.
beanbag chair thing.
That's it.
So they put out a survey asking Americans about 2,000 Americans, how they take naps, where they take naps, what makes for a good nap. I'll tell you that they found that they say a nap becomes just sleeping after 70 minutes.
Oh really?
Once you hit the 70-minute mark,
It's not a nap
that's when it's
anymore?
not a nap anymore.
Are you taking a birthday nap today, Isaiah?
I hope so.
You hope-
I hope I can get home and take a 70-minute. I just go back to sleep. That's what I want to do.
You hit the
Well, Tom
top,
says happy birthday.
Thank you, Tom.
the upper limit of a nap, where you can still be called a nap. Let's see. But what is really interesting is they were asking people, what is the craziest place that they've fallen asleep?
Well, Brian texted in. He said he fell asleep at a red light once.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
And I was
man.
like, did someone behind you honk and wake you up? Or because that's dangerous.
Yeah, of
And he
course.
said, not sure how long. He just woke up. The light was green and he just drove away. But it made an impact on him.
Dang, that is, some of these on the list, I would say, and Brian's as well, with the red light, they're dangerous. Like, if you're falling asleep, you either need to make some kind of change in your life or get some help.
You're too tired.
Yeah, you just you gotta do something. And I've been there as well. I was gonna mine. I thought they were great until I started reading this list. I don't know if they're as great, but you guys be the judge. I've got 3. One in the radio studio.
That's normal.
Of course.
Who hasn't?
Between talking, but yeah, not here though. I've never fallen asleep in this studio, but at the station I used to work at, definitely fell asleep a lot.
It's why we can't have couches in certain places in radio stations because people will sleep.
We can't be too comfy in here. Number 2, on the floor of a casino. Not
No.
actually like
Whoa,
no,
Hudson.
listen, not lying down on the floor. I just mean like
Yuck.
on the gambling floor.
Yeah.
By the slots. With somebody, they're playing the slots. I'm not interested. I don't care
You're
how
waiting
much
it out?
noise and lights there are. I fell
Likely
asleep.
story. He's like, I gotta win it back. I'm staying up all night. I'll win it back. And then he fell asleep.
The biggest gamble would be how dirty the floor
No,
is.
I
Yeah.
did not. It wasn't actually the floor. But you know what? I've thought about that because most casinos are open 24 hours.
When do
when
they
do they have
clean?
time to steam clean that thing?
They don't.
All the drinks being spilled and stuff and the cigarette. Anyways.
The creepy guy sleeping in there. It's a dirty place.
And my last one that may be the best is I've fallen asleep on the toilet before. My own toilet. But
Well, you
that
have
has
quite a
happened.
list then.
Yeah, but I still don't think any of those. I thought they were impressive until I started reading where other people have fallen asleep. What about you guys? You got any? Can you top me?
Not from the list. I guess it just depends on how you sleep. Because nowadays, I think you'd be worried someone would Narcan you or something.
That's a good point.
They would try to revive
They
you.
might be concerned. Yeah.
Because if you've seen people sleep in their cars, you just worry Are they?
Yeah.
Are they okay?
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I'm just taking a nap, but like not at the casino.
Never fallen asleep at the casino. I feel the only ones that I've done, obviously like the back seat of my car, I've used that to like sleep in there before, which isn't that odd. And then I have dozed off a couple of times at RadioU with my hand on my face. I'm over there trying to do the traffic in mid-traffic. I'm like, whoa.
Hey, we have no question about that. We're assuming that.
Yeah, we know this.
We assume you're always asleep over there, and then whenever we finish a break, it just wakes you up.
So let's look at the real good list then.
Well, how about we hang on 1 second because I have a few more from listeners.
Oh, yeah.
So then we'll come back and we'll see if you guys match up before we read off what the survey says.
Maybe were you one of the people surveyed?
Yeah. Where
Text in
have you napped at?
8772 Radio U.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
We have some new findings here from a survey of 2,000 Americans that says over a third of people wouldn't want their partners to eat junk food.
Really?
Yeah.
Like when you're dating or what?
Yeah. 38% say they do not want the person that they are with to
I
be
know why.
to eating junk food. Why is that?
Because they want the junk food.
Because they want them to not eat it all.
They don't want to share. That's exactly why. Studies figured out.
Yeah, you've solved it. It was 38%, even though in the very same study, 49% of people admitted that they eat junk food at least occasionally.
A bunch of hypocrites. That's what they are. A bunch of hypocrites.
I think.
Well, do you think though, since this is, if we're talking about relationships and especially early on, so they say that you're going to find out about person's habits and quirks, the good or the bad ones, and we all have quirks, and usually when you're dating someone, you hide those for as long as possible. Is that the right thing to do, or should you just really let them know how much?
Let it out in the open, right?
all the problems you have.
Oh, you got to hide them for a while. You got to hide those quirks until they actually like you for sure. And then you
Maybe
let
until
loose
they
on
love
them.
you.
Yeah, and then you let loose on them.
But is junk food a quirk?
No, unless they're super healthy.
Yeah, but see, I wouldn't want somebody who is super healthy. It'd make me feel bad.
Because
I like junk food.
There it is.
Exactly. So, I guess if we just let our food habits out in the open, then it can avoid some future heartache if we just all eat our junk food or eat our health food all out in the open. So there's nobody gets the wool pulled over their eyes. Nobody gets duped
mad.
or swindled into a relationship they shouldn't be in.
They say for a lot of relationships, eating together is a form of love language that you could consider part of your quality time together. So if you're not compatible with it, it'll just lead to you being annoyed at each other.
It is tough. If you're in a relationship and you're you got to eat two different meals, who wants to do that?
Because you're hiding the one?
What?
Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, because you're hiding one.
Yeah, because
you're eating a healthy meal with your partner while you secretly eat a burger.
Yeah, the
Who
candy
has not
drawer.
done that? I mean, if you go to like your first date, you don't eat like you normally eat.
That's true.
And so then you eat when you get home.
Yeah, you do.
I
have done that before.
You dialed it back?
See, I just didn't eat a lot. Like I would
That's just because you didn't want to pay.
Yeah, that is true. That is exactly true. I'll go home and I'll make it myself. Also, I had a similar thing happen where I'd been hanging out with this girl, and I don't mind people eating junk food or whatever, but she would always, if you complain about it, like she would complain like, oh, I never have any money. I eat so bad. And I was like, well, then why do you just stop eating at Taco Bell?
You didn't say that.
I didn't
out loud.
say that.
Okay.
But in my mind, I was like, you always complain about not having money, but you never go to Kroger and just get groceries. Every meal you eat is out, so I don't want to hear you complain.
Was that a reasonable statement by you?
That is a reasonable statement. Is it not?
That's one of the most adult things you've ever said.
It's a reasonable statement.
I mean, it's easy to say, though.
Isaiah,
I am 24 now.
You're really growing up. It's just, that's easy to say, but it's another thing to actually put it into practice, which we're not great at doing.
So they say that when it comes to fast food, 49% of this survey said they eat it occasionally. I think everybody's lying on this list. 38% said they wouldn't want their partners to eat the same way.
If it's only 49%, why is there so many big old aisles of junk food at the grocery store and only one little tiny section of the organic
Of the health
stuff?
food area?
Of the nuts, the organic nuts. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it could cause problems in your relationship.
It could. So just keep that in mind.
You just hide it. Just hide it. Just hide it.
The words too expensive aren't in Nikki's vocabulary. This is The Riot. Radio U.
Well, one of the great things about summer, we're getting into state fair season.
Ooh, here comes fair food.
And that's exactly right. The fair wouldn't be the fair. I don't think it would be quite as big of a deal in each state if it didn't involve the ridiculous food that it does.
Well, what else would you be going for unless you had a farm animal?
I don't know. In some states it's probably just fun to have something.
Sure.
Like what else?
I guess there's rides and stuff.
Yeah, Nebraska, normally you have to drive hours and hours probably to get to an amusement park and ride a tilt-a-whirl. But when the state fair rolls around, you only have to drive a couple hours depending on where you live.
You're picking Nebraska.
Hey, when I grew up,
I'm picking on
the fair,
Nebraska.
the county fair was the event of the summer.
Yeah, I know.
Hey.
It was the event of the summer. If you weren't there, I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah, that was the same thing where I grew up. Did yours, you lived out in the country a little bit, you would say. Did yours ever have first of all, did it have a demolition derby at the fair?
Yeah, of course.
Of course it did.
We had school bus races.
We had
truck tractor pull.
Of course.
Horse pull, like all the good stuff, you know.
This is only stuff I've seen on YouTube because my mom was like, we're not going.
Dirt bike races, that was a great night.
Here's a point
We
of
went
pride.
to all of them.
A point of pride for the Carroll County Fair where I grew up.
Yeah.
They were, I believe, the first fair, at least it definitely felt like it, to have combine demolition derbies.
Combine?
Yeah, like
a tractor?
Yeah, like the big combines that got in the field and harvest, the international harvesters. People would paint them up, decorate them every year. So
That was the best part. The rough trucks. Oh man, there's so many good memories from the county fair.
Yeah. They also had a distinction of Carroll County of picking out the hot new country artists before they were kingmakers in the country community.
Why'd you ever leave?
Exactly.
I know.
Exactly. But they actually weren't as much known for their food. But I have here a list of some of the best state fair food you might have to look forward to here.
They're the
over
new
next-
ones?
Yeah, over the next month or two. You guys want to look through it, see if there's anything that catches your eye?
I have seen this a bit on TikTok, but the pickle pizza, that's not just a state fair thing, but it's basically what you think it is. It is a dill sauce, a ranch sauce on top, and then cheese and dill pickles. That
sounds
very much a trending pizza.
Disgusting.
You think so?
Oh, it sounds horrible.
A state fair charcuterie board. So instead of meats and cheeses, though, it'd be like mini funnel cakes, corn dogs,
I
taffy,
see.
I like
cotton
that one.
candy.
That's a good one.
That'd be really fun.
There's something for everybody on there. This is crazy. Did you see the State Fair Mary in Indiana? It's a Bloody Mary, but it's garnished with a waffle fries, deep fried cheese curds.
Of course it is.
Deep fried mac and cheese, mini corn dogs, bacon, fried pickles, and a barbecue pulled pork slider.
It feels good.
That's wild.
There's a deep fried lasagna roll, oh my gosh, a peanut butter paradise.
Yeah.
That's the one that caught my eye. That one looks good.
Gosh, it's a deep fried honey bun that's been injected with caramel with Reese's Pieces, Powderfinger crumbles, and topped with peanut butter cups, caramel, and powdered sugar.
That
I
sounds like a
assumed
bit
you were
much.
going for the crispy dilly dog there, Hudson.
I don't. What's dilly dog? It makes it sound like there's pickles involved.
There is pickles in
pickles.
Well,
it.
then I'm not interested.
You're not a pickle guy?
I'm not gonna do a dill. I'm not gonna ruin a hot dog with a dill pickle.
It's a dill pickle stuffed with a beef hot dog that's then battered in corn dog mix and then deep fried, and they cover with chipotle mayo.
Can't you get that at Disney World too?
You can get that lots of places.
I think Disney World has that. Did you guys also see? I really like the Texas slide at the Texas State Fair. It is a sandwich using waffles as buns with chicken, steak, sauteed bell peppers, onions, provolone cheese, and a secret sauce, and it's topped with syrup.
Yeah, I think it
sounds amazing.
It's just like they're throwing everything all in one.
I like that.
And you have
I
to
like
have
that.
waffles or some sort of candy bar.
I think a lot of this sounds very good as long as there's no pickles involved.
You're good?
And I don't think I can handle the peanut butter paradise. That sounds
It looks like a lot.
too much for my taste.
Well, I'm sorry to say, at the fair, I think pickles are involved a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of pickles.
They find their way into everything.
There was
somehow.
nothing like going to the fair and getting your go-to fair food every time. You get the deep fried Oreos or the deep fried Buckeyes, whatever it was. Oh, it was so good.
anything deep fried.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the fair, all bets are off. You just you eat whatever you want.
Just had to bring enough money. Surprisingly expensive for all that stuff.
While Isaiah is wishing for a girlfriend, Nikki and Hudson are just wishing for any friend at all. The Riot. Radio U.
for some feedback on this one. We do a lot of food here on the Riot. We eat a lot of stuff that's not too off the beaten path usually. I mean, it's like mustard ice cream we tried last week.
We try a lot of good stuff. Though.
Yeah, but it's usually stuff that you have a pretty good idea it might be good ahead of time. But I was thinking, you guys have any weird food combos that you actually like?
Combinations?
Stuff that you put together, that an unlikely combo or something. There's all kinds of, you go back, people will be like, I like peanut butter and pickle sandwiches or whatever. Like, you got anything like that? Own up to it.
I pulled up some of the more okay combos. So that would be like peanut butter and chocolate, putting your fries on a hamburger, which is totally what I do. I mean, everything else is normal. Let's see. Weird but good food combos. Do you do anything, Isaiah?
No, not much of a food mixer, I would say.
I feel
The only things
like that.
I guess I should have known that about you.
like chips on a sandwich, like everybody does that, but that's good. Like if you put Doritos on there, like add that pretty much to any sandwich is good. Same thing with like fries on a hamburger. That's all really good. Other than that, I don't have a lot of weird mixers.
On this list, someone put mozzarella sticks and marinara. That's not a weird combination.
That's pretty typical.
Like if every place is doing that, it's not weird.
Yeah, that's not odd at all. Well,
Peanut butter on hamburgers is supposed to be good.
See, that was one of mine. I don't do it really regularly at all, but I have done it and enjoyed it. Peanut butter on hot dogs.
Ooh, is that really good?
Oh, it's good.
Is
yeah, that's actually, it's a nice combo. It really is. It's salty on salty. That's a good one.
That's fine. That's great. Cream cheese on strawberries, people say is good.
That doesn't sound that weird.
Well,
Like, I mean, they're both desserty,
cream cheese?
Yeah, cream cheese is pretty dessert.
Cheesecake.
I guess, yeah.
Cream cheese icing?
Bacon with chocolate. That's a good combination.
Yeah, nobody's complaining about that.
Spaghetti with cottage cheese.
That's not a
Here
good
we
one.
go. Where's that coming from?
See,
grilled-
I also saw spaghetti with ketchup, which sounds like something Nene would do, but for the rest of us, I don't think so. Like, why would you not just use actual pasta sauce?
I hate to tell you, but I feel cottage cheese is weirder.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Let's see. Someone else said grilled cheese with apples. That's a great combination.
Yeah, okay.
Mac
I
and
can
cheese
see
with
that.
ketchup. People put ketchup on mac and cheese.
Is that weird? Because
I
I
don't
used to
think
do
it
that.
is.
And I'll still do that from time to time. I had a friend, he did this more than me, but he kind of got me hooked on it, is Worcestershire sauce on mac and cheese also.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I
actually kind of
wonder.
good. This was back at like when I was a child, and I thought he was kind of ahead of his time because now you can get all the barbecue mac and cheese stuff. So I think he was thinking ahead. He was streets ahead.
What about this, Isaiah? Would you put, someone said, honey on your pizza?
See, I like honey. I like pizza. I don't think honey would do that much on pizza.
If you do a hot honey?
maybe like a hot honey. I don't think it would do a lot, but I would put it on there. I wouldn't be afraid of that one.
People will dip their pizza in crazy stuff. Not just honey. I think, wasn't there a trend of putting it in milk?
Yeah.
Didn't you try that?
I did.
And was it any good?
No, I hate milk.
Oh,
so
okay.
I hated
So
it.
you think anything involving milk is weird?
yeah.
She still tried it, though, which is odd.
Now you should try it. You like pizza. You like milk.
Yeah, but doesn't sound like a good combination for me.
It could work, actually.
I like pizza and milk like separately, also together, but not touching.
What if you would you
So it's
drink
more-
milk while you eat
it's
pizza,
not
but
the
just not
taste
dip it in?
then. You don't like the consistency would
Yeah,
change it.
it would be like a weird texture for me. Weird texture thing.
Well, Eli says chocolate sauce on pizza is actually surprisingly good. Tom does say cottage cheese and pasta with some sort of sauce is the best.
That's actually, you know what? I can start to picture. See, I would definitely not do a tomato sauce. Actually, I can even see it because like cottage cheese, ricotta is in lasagna, right? So they're
yeah, it
very
is.
similar. I can actually, you know what? I'm starting to come around on this. Not that I'm going to go dump a vat of cottage cheese into my next thing of spaghetti, but I don't know. I can see how it could work.
Well, Todd says peanut butter, mayonnaise, and pickle sandwich.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for.
That's the
what
weird
I was
combination.
expecting.
Peanut
The
butter,
weird combination where I have to say
mayonnaise,
no thank
and
you.
pickles.
And Dakota says dipping cold pizza in milk is actually an all-time favorite breakfast of Dakota's.
I see. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I mean, I know, like you put the pizza in the milk, but I just mean I don't know how that
If
would be
you would
good.
like it,
I don't know how
yeah.
that would be good, but I don't know. If you got a good one, text in 8772 RadioU, a good weird food combo. You actually
We'd like to be grossed out by what you love.
exactly, yeah, that you actually seriously eat. Don't make stuff up.
No, actually, some of it not too bad. We might just start doing
Yeah.
it.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
So, Nikki, of course, love, relationships, marriage, it's full of compromises.
Sure.
And
Any good relationship is.
Of course. And we have one couple here from India that is making quite the compromise to make sure that their marriage lasts. At least that's the hope. I don't know if you've seen, it is a couple from the northern state of Assam in India. The woman's name is Shanti Prasad, and her soon to be married husband. I don't know if they're quite married yet, but his name is Mintu Ray, and they have agreed. They've signed a long, oversized prenuptial contract that has a lot of stipulations in it for their marriage.
There's a video of them signing it. They did get married back in June.
Oh, okay, so they are actually married now, and they agreed. One of the things they agreed to is that as a part of being married, they will only eat one pizza in a month.
Only once a month?
Once a month pizza. That's
Guys,
it.
you could do that once a week. What are you doing?
That is, they really limited it, and I'll tell you why. Shanti Prasad, that's the woman, the wife in the situation. She's the pizza fanatic. She, one of her friends said that her love for pizza is second only to her love for her husband. The
So
friend
she would
said,
want it too
I think she
often.
thinks about pizza in her free time and even in her sleep. So she would want it all the time. Whereas the husband says that he likes pizza, but he can't eat it every day.
I'm sorry. Did you read the other contract terms? This is going to turn sour pretty quick.
What do you mean?
The other contract terms was that the wife must go to the gym daily.
Well, she's eating too much pizza.
Where's this guy at?
Hey, he agreed to some stuff too.
He must make breakfast every Sunday. What a sacrifice.
And take her shopping every 15 days.
Why do you spell this stuff out in a relationship?
Because everybody needs to know the terms ahead of time.
And
so
that he can only go to late night parties with his wife.
If she starts missing gym days, then it's not a shock to her when Mintu says, hey, Shanti, I'm moving on. It's been a good marriage, but you haven't been going to the gym enough.
Okay, first off, it became toxic there. Like that line right there.
I think it became toxic a long time before that.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, you can have pizza more than that, but I understand what was the other couple from India where they divorced? Because she would only make ramen every day.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, like, for this, you don't want pizza every day, but you can have it more often. And just like you don't want pizza every day, you don't want to go to the gym every day.
I think
he's contradicting.
It sounds like Mintu is maybe he's a little more concerned about health in this situation, like from both ends.
No, I want to see what he looks like, because whenever someone's like that, they're not into health either.
Well, if he's dislikes pizza so much that he only wants it once a month, I don't know. He must be eating something healthy.
I want to see the video.
Yeah, we do have to look at this video, don't we? This is, I don't know. It is definitely good. And people go to premarital counseling just for this, to try to pre-plan for incidents that may come up. And look at they signed a really long contract. They're trying to pre-plan for everything. And you know what? If she's agreeing to going to the gym every day, that's good for her.
I was in it until then. There's so many men out there. There's so many other people.
He's just trying to encourage her to be the best version of herself she can be.
No.
And so is she. She's trying to encourage him to make breakfast once a week.
No.
That's a big sacrifice he's making.
Nope, I don't like him.
I think they've got all this sorted out. It's going to be a long, happy marriage. I'm sure.
Yeah, it really is. I see it from here.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
I have a survey here from Tums where they asked a wide range of questions, but all in various ways pertaining to food. I like how they ask people to describe their love life, their romantic situation with words that describe
with food.
So spicy and juicy were popular, of course. So we're bitter and bland.
Oh, geez.
I love it.
Ouch. I wouldn't want to be, what if you're like married to the person that's like bitter?
Bitter?
Bland.
Real
that would
salty.
not be-
It is so salty.
Not be great. You would not like to find that out in this survey. But some of the other stuff they found out was, let's see, speaking of love, over half of people surveyed said they would marry their favorite food if it was a person. Would you do that?
Well, that's weird to think about.
What's your favorite food?
Chinese
Kimchi?
food.
Chinese food?
Yeah, anything.
That's very
So we don't want to. We want
narrow
like
it
a.
da-
We
like,
want
can
a
you narrow it
specific
down?
thing.
Yeah.
See,
come
mine
on.
would be like lasagna, so I wouldn't want to marry mine because I feel like there's too many layers to it.
Yeah.
I want something a little bit more simple, I think. I'm
That's
not for all
right.
the bouginess,
Too,
you know?
too complicated.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on there. I need something a little bit easier to handle, I think.
If you would describe yourself as a food,
What am I?
what would you be?
I don't
there's
know.
somebody
Maybe
out
like
there-
a 6-ounce sirloin. Like I can't. Some people would say a French fry.
You're not supposed to ask the person. You're supposed to ask the people around the person. What
Well,
do
how
they
would
think
you
of
what
them?
food
I
would you
describe you as a hot dog. That's what I describe you as, buddy.
Oh, that's weird because you are and you eat them. So
It makes you are what you eat, I guess. And I'm a hot dog. Isaiah, see, what I'm thinking is maybe there's somebody out there listening and they say, I would marry my favorite food if it was a person. And then Isaiah describes himself as a 6-ounce sirloin.
It's
and maybe
him.
that's their favorite food. I don't know. But Nikki, what about you? Would you marry Chinese food if you could?
yeah, I could.
Yeah?
There's some days that we're pretty close to it.
I say, you know what? Why can't you marry your favorite food?
I saw that show where the person married the bridge. So like,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's stopping us? What's stopping us?
Nothing is stopping us.
I also would marry hot dogs or biscuits and gravy.
oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah, or both. I think I could. I have enough room in my heart for both to marry both. I think I could make
should.
that work.
Yeah, you could
be
add-
a throuple.
Jeez. I think Hudson must be a big personality guy too, because those two foods are not like pretty foods. Like biscuits and gravy and hot dogs. Those aren't like, that's not like a cute gal. That's not going to be a
No.
cute gal.
Well, they're hot dogs can be
Thought
shapely.
I told you I'm not
maybe.
comfortable with the word throuple.
I know, you brought that back.
All right,
I feel like we're that one network with all the wives. I just don't want to.
let's change gears here then. In this survey, they also found that 1 out of 3 people admit they've stolen their coworkers' food from the office fridge.
Ooh,
that means-
that's spicy.
Out of the 3 of us, 1 of us has done that. Who's
I think
gonna
it's
admit it?
Isaiah.
It's not me.
I think it's you.
I'm no thief.
Maybe you didn't know in the beginning that would be stealing.
I can't be sure if I've stolen or not. I may have stolen something. I don't know if I've done anything on purpose, though, that I can think of. I feel like I have, maybe, but not anything anybody would actually want, though. So it wouldn't be, nobody was upset, probably, that I stole whatever I stole.
Yeah.
If I have stole, can't be sure yet again if I stole.
Sometimes we're unaware if something's put in there and if you're not putting your name on it. So I don't think intentionally. I mean, we've had past people. Oh yeah, they stole a lot of stuff. That they were just hungry people.
I think maybe Nikki's the one.
I've
of the
never
3.
stolen. I've never
I
stolen
think it could
anyone's
be.
food.
I think it could be.
I think you're stirring up trouble.
I am, but I want to suss out who the thief is.
I think the person that starts blaming others the most is the one themselves have done it.
And the first thing you did was blame Isaiah.
That's true.
Maybe it is me.
This is going to tear us apart now.
I know, that's it.
Because there is a thief amongst us, but who could it possibly be?
Well, okay, here's a question for everybody. Like in your jobs and stuff, are we talking about, does someone like steal your food from like your lunch bag, or are they eating the food that's like in your to-go container, like your Tupperware or whatever? Or are we just talking there's just a free thing in the food that no one knows whose it is?
Well, I think in like obviously workplaces are different, but if it's in the fridge, I know that the custom is, you have to put your name on it. I don't think that should be necessary. If you didn't put it in the fridge, then don't take it out of the fridge.
But sometimes there's things in the fridge that are like open game for everybody.
Well, then people should be made aware of such things.
But
What do you mean? I feel like if it's in there and it doesn't have a name on it, and I'm sure it's not someone's lunch, then I will eat it.
Because it's his now.
Because it's mine now.
Yeah.
Because it's
But I
an open
think-
game.
I think in other places where there's far more employees, like, does anybody do you reach in and just take something from someone's lunch?
I think that's what people do because I
That's
think
aggressive.
when there's so many
Yeah.
people, you think you can get away with it. Like, how will they know it was me?
Well, clearly you can a little bit, I would say. I think, too, it's a difference between if you're taking a snack from someone versus if it's their lunch. You know, like I have like a thing of bread that I have like a whole loaf of it in my little area. And if you take a piece of bread, whatever, that's fine. Now, if you took like my leftover food that I brought for lunch today, now that's not okay.
Well, okay. Now I have to find something for lunch then.
Well, Jeff said this is like a murder mystery radio show. Who ate the lunch?
It is, and we haven't gotten an answer.
And then Andy was saying he had a orange juice container that he brought to the office, and someone drank half of it. Just put it back in the refrigerator.
Oh, I have
Come
stolen.
on.
Now that I think about it, I've taken. Now that you say that, but I did it with a good place in my heart. Like Hudson was almost out. Like his expiration on his milk was almost up. He had like 1 day, 1 or 2 days left. So I tried to drink
I thought
as
you were
much
gonna
of it as
say
possible.
you drank
When
Andy's
was
drink.
this?
Well, when I was drinking your milk,
Yeah.
like last week, your
Did
milk
you-
was almost expired.
Did you drink it straight out of the thing?
Out of the carton?
Yeah. You did,
I don't
didn't
know if I did or not. I can't remember.
you? You put your lips on my milk
I
carton.
don't know if I put the lips on
We
there.
found the thief. It
but
was
I
you all
may have
along.
put my lips on it.
There it is. There's always 1 out of 3.
That really hurts.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on Radio U.
So how do you guys say your dogs do with road trips? Now, road
Like in the
trips,
car?
I think road trips for a dog are different than just a car ride. A car ride is fun. They think they're going somewhere fun. It's short. They get to hang their head out the window. But you go on a road trip, you can't have the windows open the whole entire time, right? It's a different thing if you're going on like a trip with your dog. Does Jim ever even done that?
Yeah, he went on a lot of road trips, especially when he was a puppy. We just about every other weekend we would do like a 4-hour long road trip. His longest he's ever done is 7.5.
Ooh.
And I mean, he's good in the car. He was used to it just because when he was a puppy, we were doing that like every single weekend almost, like driving 3 or so hours. So he's pretty grand in the car. It's one of the few places that he is kind of well
Actually
behaved.
He's never peed in your car.
He has peed in my car one time. He was like 12 weeks old.
Okay.
And it was
Do you have to disclose that when you
Yes,
sell your car?
he was like 12 weeks old. I had
It
him in
goes
like
on
a
the
little.
Carfax.
He was like in a little box next to me in the passenger seat, and we were probably 10 minutes away from home. It was like a 4.5-hour drive that we were making, and I look over and I just like see him start to crouch.
pee?
And so what do? I cup my hand. And I'm like, I guess
thing I would do.
this is
then
what
you only
we're
have
doing.
one hand to steer with.
I know. I'm steering with one hand. I'm cupping my hand under my dog, and he's peeing on my hand. And then we were about 10 minutes away from home. And then I have no paper towels in my car or tissues because I'm unprepared. And so I decide, best case scenario, I'll just stick my hand out my window.
No, it's all
And then I'm just
wrong.
drying it out there. Thankfully, we were like 5 minutes away from home. But yeah, it was one of the grossest things I've had to do in the car.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to.
No.
I know.
You
I don't know
didn't.
why that was my reaction. I couldn't let him like pee in like his. But he was in a box like with a blanket down. He could have just peed on
It
that.
wasn't even the seats.
It wasn't even the seat.
Oh
He had
my
a cardboard
gosh.
box and a blanket inside of it. But in my mind, I was like, well, I don't want him to lay in it. And so immediately, I was actually on the phone at the time. Then I started screaming.
How are you
I
steering the
know.
car?
There's a lot of question marks on the whole. How am I steering while like trying to catch my dog's pee at the same time?
While on
I
the
was
phone.
yelling. I was like, Jim's peeing. He's peeing. He's peeing. And then all of a sudden, I'm cupping my hand under my dog, and I'm covered in urine.
Wow.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting all of that, but
Yeah.
I do
So
not
road
wanna be
trips,
a-
Jim's great.
I don't want to be a passenger while you're driving because if I have to go to the bathroom, who knows what happens? Nikki,
No, you're just peeing the car. He's fine with it.
I was actually also
I don't want to
simultaneously
I don't wanna
using the
distract
restroom.
him. Nikki, how do your dogs do on road trips?
I only take them like if they're going to the bark park or the vet, but otherwise they don't go on car trips.
Oh, so
They're too whiny and too like vocal, so I don't want to deal with it.
Maybe it's because you're not playing them the right music.
Oh, you
is what I'm
should?
getting to. It turns out, according to new research from University of West London in the UK, that if you're taking your dog on a road trip,
They're
there's
stressed.
actually that can be stressful, and I get it because I think for my dog, and the reason why I think car rides are different from road trips for dogs is because car seats are barely comfortable for humans. Forget about for a dog to sit in for a long period of time. It's just not comfortable. So they're going to get stressed out. And but it turns out you might be able to calm them down if you just put on the right playlist. And so they were doing some research at the University of West London where they were testing dogs' responses, psychological responses to different songs. And so I have a list here of songs that will calm your dog.
Hey, all right.
And also
Okay.
songs that you should absolutely not play for your dog because it will make them upset. Would you
Well,
like to hear first?
Can we pause for one moment?
Sure. Pause.
Then pause.
We're talking about dogs.
We just can't help it.
Well done.
And so maybe if you guys want to text in your guess, and then we'll go over the list, because there's also a
Yeah.
list of what you don't want to play for your dog.
That's actually a good point, especially because we spent so much time on Isaiah's
Urine
pee
story.
cupping dog story. Yeah, we'll come back
we were
to it.
riveted, though.
I know.
That
Jim
was-
loves to ruin it. My car, segments, all of it.
Well, we want to make sure what song should we be playing when he pees in your car next.
All right. Well, we'll get to that. Text in your guesses at 8772 Radio U. It's
Your For You page would be a lot more fun if it had Hudson, Nikki, and Isaiah. Follow at RadioU Official on TikTok. The Riot. Radio U.
good news and bad news here regarding losing weight.
What do we want first?
Let me see. Let me just go in the order that makes sense instead of letting you pick.
Thank you, Hudson. That is so sweet of you.
Let's start with some bad news.
Okay.
The bad news is there are some people out there, try as they might, wanting to lose weight, maybe even considered to be obese, to the point where doctors are getting involved in them losing weight. There are some people out there, this is bad news, that are diet resistant.
Like their body is, or the emotionally we're diet resistant?
You know what? I don't know if I can say on that. I don't want to cast any aspersions. So that's you just do you in that regard. Now, here's the good news though, because that would seem like a crushing blow. This study here, and what these doctors have found at the University of Ottawa in Canada is that, the typical, if somebody is obese and they go see a doctor and the doctor is going to tell them is you need to go on a low calorie diet.
Mm-hmm.
That is what they prescribe. But some people are diet resistant and aren't able to do that. So now here's the good news. The University of Ottawa has found what to do if you are one of those diet resistant folks. Here's the bad news. It's exercise.
No!
Yeah!
Because what if you're exercise resistant?
yeah, can you be diet and exercise resistant? The
Hudson,
double whammy.
I need you to find one more study to fix if we are both resistant to all of those things.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is.
Okay,
at
so
that
they're saying
point.
if you can't eat right, you at least have to exercise.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Which isn't exactly groundbreaking, but they put it in a more scientific way of like, there is something to that. I mean, again, I don't know what they chalk it up to, but diet resistance is a real thing where some people just can't do it. And they seem to say that some people just don't respond, even if they are sticking to their low calorie diet.
Sure.
They're still not seeing the results that you would expect. And that is because something about their body is not responding to a low calorie diet. However, they found that doing exercise improves the skeletal muscle metabolism. So it enhances an obese person's weight loss capacity if they are diet resistant. So even then, it sounds like maybe just the low calorie diet is what you would start with. Then if that's not working, you go to the exercise and the low calorie diet, because the exercise should loosen up your body to be more, accepting of the low calorie diet and see better results.
Listen, just be better prepared. If your doctor says something, you can say, I have DR. And then you'd be like, what's DR? You're like, I'm diet resistant.
Diet resistant,
And
you
then
haven't heard?
If you need to throw out ER, which is not where you're going, it's just
No.
exercise resistant, then you could also say that too.
I have, yes,
sounds
I'm
medical.
just very defiant is actually the diagnosis that I've been given before.
There you go.
That I resist basically everything that a doctor tells me to do. So it's not exactly the great news that if you are feeling like you need to lose weight and the diets just aren't working for you, that instead you have to exercise. And I don't know which, like Guess I find
Which
it
one's
easier.
worse?
Yeah. What is worse? What would you say?
Sometimes I think the exercise is worse because that takes up time.
That's right. That's what I'm thinking.
If you're on a diet, yeah, right, you're just sad about it. But, at least it's not adding any extra.
It depends on what diet you're on, though.
True.
Because I'm thinking, like, right now, I'm kind of doing what essentially amounts to intermittent fasting. And that doesn't take any time because it's literally me not eating. But if you're on
gaining time.
Right. If I'm on, that's exactly. But if you're on, for example, keto, which I've done, the keto diet, that's a lot of meal planning and you have to cook almost everything. Are you doing keto?
No, I'm just doing low carb.
Yeah. So, I mean, but still you have to.
You're right. It is work.
It's a lot of planning and a lot of cooking and stuff. And so granted, that's still probably easier than exercising. But if all you needed to do is exercise versus eat right, I think, it depends on how long you have to exercise. I think it's easier to talk yourself into that, especially if you could eat whatever you want.
Yeah, it's a mess no matter what you choose, right?
You're never going to be the weight you want to be. You're never going to look the way you want to look. Just accept it.
Thank you, Dr. Hudson.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, they're already eating anyways. Might as well do it on the show. The Riot with Nikki and Hudson. Radio U.
We have a new study here from Psychology Today. It's not exactly great news. It says that single men are the loneliest they've been in generations.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well,
Isaiah,
that's a sad topic.
as the singlest man here, are you the loneliest you've been? Or
No, I don't feel very lonely. I feel okay.
You feel good?
I feel grand.
I think it's different because you have a lot of friends. I think that helps buffer it. But if you are single and you also don't have as many friends, then maybe it is a harder time.
Yeah, it's a tough time, apparently, especially a tough time for dudes to be out dating. But I guess for Isaiah, for you, like for people with the good attitude, that's a good sign because a lot of people are feeling down on themselves maybe a little bit. You can use that to your advantage. You'll stick out
when they're down bad, I'm just living life.
But here's part of why they say, like, really what it's coming down to is it's the singleness of it's really hard for guys to get dates compared to at least how it seems like it used to be.
Sure.
Because so much of dating now is done through dating apps. But here's the thing. 62% of users on dating apps are dudes.
Oh, so you have just a less chance.
So there's a big gap. Yeah, there's almost 2 guys for every gal on the dating apps, which means that obviously there's going to be a lot of unhappy, undating guys out there. And so that's making them feel a little extra lonely. Here's what I think. I think part of that maybe is finally here in the year 2022, as a man, I feel that women are finally starting to know their worth. They're finally starting to see that, they don't have to put up with some loser, some bozo. They can hold out.
That's not you, Isaiah.
There's
Clearly not.
There's a whole other sea of men out there on these dating apps. There's plenty to choose from. So if I don't like this guy, he doesn't treat me right, I'll go on to the next one. Exactly.
Well, this says that there's so many choices for women, so they're more likely to ghost, a guy. I think that might be opposite. I still think guys guys will still, I guess maybe it's wrong to think one or the other. I think it's an equal opportunity ghosting time.
Yeah.
But they say that women are looking for someone who is emotionally available, a good communicator, and you share similar values.
Well, we've heard from the woman. We've heard from the non-single man. Let's hear from Isaiah a little bit.
See, I think men's lack of success on dating apps is because they go into it like thinking the wrong thing. Like obviously, like the commodity like seems as if it's like the woman. There's less of them on the dating apps in general. But like, you have to value yourself. So like, if you're going on a dating app, like, oh my gosh, I have to win her over.
Yeah.
Like you have to be the one that's like, why am I winning her over? Why is she not trying to win me over? Why am I going on a date with this girl? And like, it feels like every time you get on a dating app, like that you're the one like having to like work to win her over to go on a date. But I think you have to go into it with more of an open mind. Like, it's just a conversation. So I was like, number one, you shouldn't feel lonely because you're single. Just go make friends. I know. It sounds like
don't
really
pressure
hard.
people with that.
I know, but just go make friends. Go out and just make friends.
You need a friend app to make friends.
That should be the next thing. I'm sure there is one.
It's also very hard to make friends when you're off-putting.
when you're off-putting?
Yeah, that's what I've found in my personal experience.
Do you think you're off-putting? Yeah. You're not off-putting. But I feel like, too...
I don't have friends.
You have friends, okay? When you... and also, like the loneliest thing ever, I think it also is due to, like, social media stuff, too, because, like, before, when social media wasn't as big, like, you didn't see people, like, posting their boyfriend and girlfriend every single day on there. And so if you get on, like, Instagram or Twitter and you just scroll through and you're like, dang... I wish I had a girlfriend.
You want one
All my
too.
friends have a girlfriend.
It does make it tough.
And it's kind of hard coming off the whole, like, everybody was just using each other to get free dinners. Like, it's hard to find actual friends or a special someone.
It's hard. It's also, let's tell you one more reason why it's hard. Because, as we just mentioned, there's men almost outnumber women 2-1 on the dating apps. So that would trigger your mindset to be, like Isaiah mentioned, you've got to win the gal over. Like if you've got somebody on, you've got somebody in the messages, you can't let that go. You shouldn't be ghosting. But at the same time, that's a great way to get yourself into a relationship that you're not actually happy with because you think, oh, there's not a lot of other choices out there. I finally got somebody that likes me. I need to hang on. And sometimes that actually can work out, but not necessarily. That's also
you got to be the
really
commodity.
upset.
Every single guy's doing the same thing. They're trying to win her over. And if you just had like every other guy, then you're not going to get on the date.
That's
So what we're saying is love ourselves first.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Value yourself.
and then you'll be a lot less lonely.
And someone will come along.
And remember, you don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. Keep that in mind as well. It's right in this jingle.
Is it right there?
It's in the jingle. It's right in front of you. Maybe that's the app you should be using.
You're really a big help.
Farmers Only is the go-to.
They had they knew something when they came up with that song. They knew how people were feeling.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
How was your weekend? All good?
It was good. There really wasn't too much to it, which sometimes is the nicest weekend of them all.
Yeah, that's when the weather's nice and you can just go outside or inside.
Well, no one said that.
You just make your own choices.
You could just stay inside.
The weather inside's always nice, but
that is more controlled. But yeah, hopefully everybody had a wonderful weekend.
I know for my weekend, I think the best part about it was that I got Popeyes. And I did that early in the weekend. That was Friday.
Yeah.
Friday afternoon. And then I had more Popeyes on like Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, leftovers.
It was leftover Popeyes, which is a surprise. You know that means I ordered a lot of Popeyes.
It does.
But that was...
I forgot you like that so much.
Oh, it was. There's a new one that's not too far from me. That's not exactly convenient, but it's also not too out of the way.
So how are you reheating that over the weekend?
Oh, I'm not reheating it.
Oh, you're just eating it cold?
Okay. Over the kitchen sink? Yeah.
All right.
That's the way it's meant to be enjoyed.
Okay,
That's what Popeye had in mind.
Because sometimes, people would rather go back and forth because there's not an elegant way to reheat kind of fried chicken sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. It's
depending on the pieces.
That's why I contemplated reheating it. But then my urges got the best of me, and I was just like, you can't wait 20 minutes. You got to really get it to be good. You got to preheat the oven. The chicken is supposed to sit out and sit at room temperature for
I didn't
a
know
while.
that.
Yeah, that's if you look online, that's what they tell you. The internet, and so that's what the internet tells you to do.
Like the internet online, like we know, we do.
Yeah, they tell you that you leave the chicken out. It has to sit at room temperature for 30 minutes, and then you cover it in foil and put it in the oven at some temperature for some amount of time. And then it'll be nice and crispy and whatever.
It brings it back.
Yeah, which obviously it is. I've tried it. It's definitely better than microwaving it.
Yeah,
then
but
it
at
just
that
gets
point,
soggy.
you're clocking in the same time to just go get some
Right, I
fresh
should just
stuff.
go buy fresh fried chicken. But you eat it cold, it's an entirely different chicken experience. It's like a different meal, but very good in its own way.
Wow, you've had a weekend, haven't you?
It didn't even taste like I was having the same exact thing I had the day before.
Oh, that is such a trick.
Yeah, so that was my exciting weekend. Cold Popeyes.
Well, even if you didn't have anything else going on, it seemed like you had a fulfilling weekend.
It made me happy.
That's good. That's all you need.
Talking of food, I've got a new food place that's going to make a lot of people very happy that we will talk about next.
Okay, something new for someone?
Yeah, something you could eat fresh or cold over the sink the next day. Either or.
I like how you keep mentioning it's over the sink. I'm just eating it right over
to catch
that.
the crumbs, of course.
Better than over the trash can.
No cleanup, no dishes. How can it get better? I really don't know how.
You really thought that through.
I did.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.